the best growth that you can have is letting go of something or unlearning something. We all pick up things that don't serve us, and to get rid of them, we need to unlearn them. This week, I've been pondering, what are the things that I'm currently unlearning? Unlearning so that I can grow more and flourish and be my best self. For a long time, I thought that to be worthy, I needed to be hustling a lot and I needed to always be productive. And so I started to associate my worth with how much I was getting done or how productive I was or how much I checked off my to-do list that day. As I step away from hustle culture, I realize that sometimes rest is the most productive thing that you can do. It's interesting because we talk a lot about learning new things and growth and what's next. But sometimes what's next or learning something new actually comes from unlearning something old. I think I'm also unlearning that rest is lazy. So much can come from being in the calm and allowing your body and your brain to rest, because when you're resting, your body is recovering and rejuvenating and healing itself. I'm filming this video sitting in Utah right now. I'm on a road trip with my mom and my brother. We just went to the Grand Canyon. Today we're going to Mount Zion. Tomorrow we're going to Bryce Canyon. So we're doing a little road trip, and I'm excited to be bringing you guys along this journey, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And thanks for watching. One of the biggest things I'm unlearning is the belief that being overly busy means I'm doing something right. For a long time, I thought constant motion meant I was being productive or successful, but in reality, I was stuck in survival mode. Chronic stress doesn't just impact your mind, it slowly wears down your body and it keeps your nervous system in a fight or flight state, making rest feel uncomfortable and stillness feel unproductive. On this trip, I invited myself to be comfortable with the present moment. We decided to go rappelling one day, and I was definitely filled with a lot of nerves and a little bit of fear. But sometimes you've got to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. That's where a lot of growth will happen. Healing your nervous system doesn't mean that you're going to feel calm all the time, but it means learning to return to calm after stress. And it's a skill that's built through exposure to discomfort, not avoidance. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds. They're chirping so loud. I love that sound. I'm 25 right now, and I was pondering, how did I get where I am? And it's interesting when you've been in your 20s for a few years, because you've made choices that have dramatically shifted your path and pretty much put you where you are right now. I had a really big mindset shift that changed my life, and this happened when I was 19 years old. I used to have this mindset of, what if I fail? Or what will other people think? Or what if they say no? Or what if I'm not ready? And I changed my mindset to, what if it all works out? What if this is exactly what I need right now to be able to make it work out? What if this door that's slamming in my face is so a new, bigger door can open for me? This mindset shift changed my life. It made me go from feeling like I was in a cage of fear to living in abundance and not being afraid of the unknown. Everybody feels anxiety about what's next or the unknown or scary big things that are happening. But if you can retrain your mindset to, what if I fail, into what if this is the greatest thing that happens to me, it's going to affect the way that you show up, because you're going to show up not in fear, but you're going to just show up, and you're not going to be scared, and you're going to take action towards what you want. And this mindset shift for me wasn't something that happened overnight. It was something that I had to retrain my brain. I mean, you're unlearning something. So maybe I'd have a moment where I'd think, oh, what if I fail? And I had to stop myself in that moment and say, no, what if I don't fail? And I think it's a really interesting exercise to do and journal, is like, retrain your brain. Like, what if you don't fail? What does that look like? And I think when you can start to envision it is when it can really happen. For me, when I changed my mindset to, what if it all works out for me? What if this is the door that I needed to closing? I ended up creating the life that I wanted to create, and it didn't look the way I thought it was going to look or have the perfect timing or go according to plan, but it happened. And I realize now that everything that happened to me, every single closed door, was for the greater good of what's currently happening right now. I think it's really easy to feel certain feelings of like, well, that door closed for me and I'm a failure. But you don't have to think like that. What if that door closed for you because there's a bigger door opening for you down the road? What if that door closed for you because that door wasn't meant for you? I think retraining your brain also has to do with living in acceptance that you're on the right path, and acceptance that the things that are happening in your life are happening for you and not to you. It's definitely something that takes months or years to retrain your brain to think like this, but it's very rewarding when you can start thinking like this. Have you ever been around someone and you instantly feel calmer or happier, or maybe you feel more anxious? Well, that's because your nervous system responds to the people around you. Calm, grounded people can help to regulate you, just like anxious or chaotic people can dysregulate you. If someone's making you feel anxious or drained or like you have to walk on eggshells, your nervous system is trying to tell you something. Choosing people who honor your peace, allow space for emotions, and respect your boundaries is one of the most powerful things you can do for your long-term health. The right people bring you joy, and joy tells your nervous system you're safe. And when your body feels safe, it can finally begin to heal. And that's the real root of longevity, not just how long you live, but how deeply you feel alive. For me, after spending a week with my mom and my brother, my cup felt so full. They brought me so much joy, so much laughter. We all have so many stressors in our lives, and a lot of us are dealing with a chronic level of stress and we don't even realize that we're stressed. And a lot of the times this starts because we aren't allowing ourselves to process our emotions. And when we don't process our emotions, they stay stuck in our body. And this can lead to tension and anxiety and burnout. And I've caught myself jumping to avoidance or jumping to the next task or a distraction or a goal without processing what I'm actually feeling right then and there. And you don't have to fix your feelings, you just need to acknowledge them. I always used to think that emotions just lived in my head, and I thought that I could ignore the thoughts. But they don't just live in your head, they live in your body. And if you don't give them the space to move through, they stay stuck in your nervous system. And what this creates is a chronic tension or anxiety or burnout. But when you allow yourself to feel the feelings without feeling like you need to fix it, your body can complete a stress cycle. And your nervous system learns, I'm safe. And that's what nervous system regulation really is. I spent all of these mornings so slow, outside, listening to the birds, taking walks, cooking breakfast, and really being in tune with being in the present moment and just acknowledging any thoughts that I had when I had them. One of the most underrated ways to regulate your nervous system is through simple and consistent rituals. Our bodies crave rhythm and routine. They signal safety. When your nervous system knows what to expect, it can finally relax. Whether it's making a tea the same way each morning, or going on a daily walk, or dimming the lights right before bed, these small rituals become anchors. This is known as bottom-up regulation, where you support the nervous system through the body, not just through the mind. And over time, these consistent cues become a message to your whole system that you're safe here. When your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. And in small amounts, cortisol isn't bad. It helps you wake up, respond to challenges, and stay alert. But when you're constantly stressed, you're overworking, or you're emotionally overwhelmed, your cortisol stays high. And that's when it starts to wear on your body, disturbing your sleep, your hormones, your digestion, and even aging. The key isn't to eliminate stress completely, but to create regulation rituals that help bring your cortisol back down. Breath work, grounding routines, and movement actually send signals to your body that it's safe, and over time, that's what allows healing to happen. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's just been protecting you. With small habits, presence, the right people, healing happens. And with regulation comes freedom, softness, and longevity. You're already on your way. Last night I saw a shooting star. I haven't seen a shooting star in like 10 years. There's just no light pollution out here. You can see the stars, they're so bright, there's so many of them. And I was seeking out a shooting star. I was looking for a very long time. And then it happened. Shooting stars are so magical. It's so crazy. It's the last morning of our trip. I'm just enjoying some herbal tea and taking in the scenery. It's been so amazing at this little cabin. And I was reflecting on everything that we've done and seen on this trip. And I couldn't stop thinking about the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is so deep, and it was formed over hundreds of millions of years by water and by wind. And the water just cut through the rock, through the rock, through the rock, and the wind shaped it until you got the Grand Canyon. You know, the Grand Canyon is like 200 miles. It's huge. And I think I learned something from the Grand Canyon. Everything can happen in time. I feel like I often don't give myself enough patience for the things that I want. I want them now. I don't want to wait. Sometimes we aren't ready for the things that we want. And sometimes we need more time. Maybe that's more time to build a stronger foundation. But I think patience has been defined incorrectly for a really long time, because patience is not the ability to wait. Patience is to be calm no matter what happens. It's to consistently take action towards positive growth opportunities, and then have the faith to believe that it's going to work out for you in the end. Patience is one of the greatest things that you can have, because when you're patient, great things can happen. And so going back home to my regular life, I'm going to remind myself of this. I'm going to be ending my video here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.